Hey folks, welcome to day 6 of 365 days of the NES. Can you believe we've only made it a week? Not even a week so far. Today we are going to be looking at one of my favorite NES games, and I mean that sincerely. Even with its annoyances, it's still one of my favorite games. Fester's Quest. This is one of the 5 games based on the Addams Family. 5 games released between 1989 and 2002. Fester's Quest, released in 1989. This is an interesting game. It was made by Sunsoft, the same folks who did Batman, Gremlins 2, Blaster Master, to name just a few. Journey to Silius, to name just another one. And it's an interesting game, viewers. It's an interesting game. It has the top-down view that we get in some of the stages from Blaster Master. The story behind the game is that, oh no, aliens have invaded, and it's up to Fester, of all people, to basically save the family and the world. Perhaps, maybe? Who can say? Well, let's read the description here. It's just a kidnapping of an entire day by an alien UFO. Will Fester sit still for this? The quest begins. For starters, take on slime replicators, skeeters, globules, and giant scorpions. Your health is at stake, not to mention your life. Will you whip the alien bosses, or will they whip you? Lucky for you, this is a family affair. And what a family. Find your way to Thing, and help is right at hand. In trouble? Just ring for Lurch. He'll give those aliens trouble with a capital L. The fate of the whole city is in your hands, and we've saved the worst for last. That's really not a great description, but that's the best one I've been able to find so far. So the idea is, Fester, save the day. You wander around picking up power-ups, and the most hated item in all of video game history, D-power-ups, to increase your weapon. You have 2 weapons, a gun and a whip. You enter buildings, and you get different power-ups from different family members. Pugsley, Wednesday, Thing, Grandma, everybody. Morticia's involved also. I believe we are trying to save Gomez. I remember right. It has been a long time since I finished this game. The game, from time to time, when you enter certain buildings, usually the ones right before the boss monsters, will switch to a first-person 3D maze. Kind of like the old Windows screensaver, where you just kind of wander around and bump into walls. You can actually find power-ups and items in there. Usually extensions for your health bar, which is very short. Speaking of your health bar, to refill your health, you have to buy hot dogs from the various hot dog stands that are around wherever the hell we are. Sticking with Sunsoft's idea of using frogs as enemies, a lot of the enemies in this game are frogs. And they are very annoying frogs. It's fun. It is a fun game. I enjoy it. I think the music's pretty good. The controls are good. The story's a bit weird. Some of the enemies are a little tough. Tougher than it feels like they should be. But, you know, all in all, it's not too bad. It's a decent game. We'll call it a decent game. The general rating for this game is fairly low. We're talking between 5 out of 10 and 6 out of 10. It's really a poorly rated game for as much fun as it is. I think it's a lot of fun. But I really enjoyed Blaster Master. Now, this is not a clone of Blaster Master. While it uses the same engine for the overhead sections, it is quite a bit different. There's none of the side-scrolling, there's none of the platforming. The music isn't as good. I will go on record as saying I think the story in Fester's Quest is a little bit better, if not equal to Blaster Master's story. At least in the American version. The American version of Blaster Master had a crap story. But it's fun. The controls are decent. One of the big annoyances is that sometimes your gun will... The gun in this game has the same problem the gun in Blaster Master has. If any part of your shot hits a wall, the entire shot will disappear. That can be kind of annoying. The pathways are just wide enough that if you stand exactly in the right spot, your gun will work. But that's tough. It's tough and a little annoying. I'm gonna be honest with you. The other obviously annoying part is the D power-ups. You have to collect gun and whip power-ups to power up your gun and your whip. Collecting a D power-up will drop it down one level. Taking damage, however, will not drop it down a level like it did in Blaster Master. Blaster Master, by the way, which came out 1 year before this. You know, all in all, it's a fun game. It's not overly long. You could sit down and get through it in an afternoon. Legitimately, there's 5 bosses, maybe 6 total. You collect a portion of a picture of the alien UFO after every boss you kill. I don't know why you need that, but you do. After you defeat a boss, you're exited from the building and are not able to backtrack. So it is very linear. I shouldn't say it's very linear. It's very stage oriented. You could consider each section a stage since you can't backtrack. It's open, but it's linear at the same time, I guess I should say. You have a whole section you can go and explore and do whatever you want in, but you still have to progress to a certified end point in that section. Whether, you know, you're going to go above ground and below ground to get into a building. You know, I like it. Generally, this game gets, like I said, probably a 55. I would rate it a little higher. I would give it a 70. I mean, it's not, oh my god, amazing, and the box art is really kind of dumb. But it's just a fun game. I've always had fun playing this game. It's one of those, to me, it's just a fun game to sit and play. And I enjoy playing it, and I'm looking forward to Let's Playing it for you in the future. This one has gone on long enough. I will go away now.